This is for my married friends, my married girlfriends. Please, please listen, just for a few moments. I won't take up much of your time, I promise. This is coming from a woman who is in her late 30s, single, has been single for the majority of her 30s, and for the last half of her 20s, coming from me. If you are not having sex with your husband, I promise you, he is going to find someone else who will. Don't kill the messenger. This is coming from a place of love, from me to you. There are women out there who not only are okay with having relations with married men and keeping it a secret and never telling a soul, and there are also women out there who prefer married men. They actually seek them out. They seek out the ring. I don't understand it. I will never be able to understand it or comprehend it. I just know that it's happening. Ladies, men are designed to reproduce. Kind of not even their fault. It's just, it's the way they're made up. It's biological. That's just how they are. They think with the wrong head. They do. It's a fact. It's science. It's biology. I didn't mean to get so passionate just then, but if you're not fulfilling his needs, he's going to find somebody else who will. And that is one of his primary needs as a man. It truly is. Even if they say, oh, it's okay, you know, or I'm not in the mood or whatever, like, yes, he does. Yes, he wants it. Yes, he does. Surprise him. When he gets home today after work, be naked. Just be waiting for him naked. I don't care if you have stretch marks or cellulite or anything else. I don't care what you're insecure about. He loves it. He loves it. When he walks in the door, just be naked. Just greet him at the door. Hey, baby. Naked. Do it. One time. Just one time. See how things change. I love you. Stay married. Stay happy. You don't want to be out in these streets. You don't want to be here. You do not envy your single friends. No matter how much you think you envy your single friends, you don't. No. We can pretend like we're just all great, but we would love to have a partner who loves us and that we love, that we get to come home to every night. We would love to have that. So, to be honest, we're envious of you. So, stay married, stay happy. I love you. Bye. This is for...
All right. So she shared quite a bit, but I just really want to focus on a couple things. First and foremost, God is always right. And I know some people probably, that's not the first thing they expect to hear from me, but God is always right. You know, when she was sharing about making sure you're having sex with your husband, I would say, you know, just, you know, since she's talking about women, I'll just speak to women. Yeah, the Bible speaks very clearly about married couples being intimate with each other and making sure that they're not withholding. And it's not just because we biologically desire sex. You know, yeah, we're wired differently as men, but it's designed. Marriage is designed for that, and God is already right about it. That's one thing I'm always amazed with. Just like God's ownership of truth, like He's already said, you know, spouses should not be withholding. So, you know, I can't help but agree with that. You know, I don't know her. I don't know what her worldview is. I don't know her frameworks, her ideologies. I don't know any of that. I'm just reacting to the video. But God owns truth. And if someone speaks truth, whether I agree with their life, their lifestyle, or any of that or not, it's just truth. So when she says, wives have sex with your husband, I agree. You know, when she talks about spontaneity, you know, that's between what the couples want to do. But I agree that sex and enjoyment of it is for marriage. And ladies, you should not be withholding for your husband. And I know there are going to be some people who have, well, what about this? What about that? I'm not here to discuss that. We're speaking hypothetically. I'm reacting to this. We're saying all things considered, you should be having sex with your husband. As she said, because, he can be tempted outside of the marriage. And the Bible says that too, it says, come together. It says, you should not be withholding unless it's for a fast. I think that's 1 Corinthians 7, I think. You shouldn't be withholding from one another unless you've agreed upon a fast and a time to not have sex. But after that, it says, come together, lest temptation comes. So, yeah, I agree with her on that. The second part I want to speak to is just this idea that I feel like it's a human thing, but it's like married people are wishing they were single and single people are wishing they were married. It's a real thing. I do think you can actually appreciate being single and desire being married, and you can appreciate being married. And at times, well, I've never been married, so I can't really say, but I can see how someone could be married and be like, hey, this is a lot. I can tell someone, hey, don't rush to do this. Stay single and do the things that I can see both sides. I will say, though, it's something to be said and to be concerned with if you're married and coveting a single person's life, in a way to where like you're saying, I wish I was single. That's scary. I personally, like I said, I can understand someone being married and saying, hey man, marriage is challenging, so make sure, if you're single, make sure this is something you want to do. But actually wanting to be single, that gotta be it. You gotta be in a serious headspace, like challenging headspace to be thinking that, because like, that's like, I don't want to be with my person anymore. But yeah, I think it's one of those things to where sometimes the grass does look greener, but as the other saying goes, if you water the grass that you have, your grass will be green. But in terms of just reacting to the video, she didn't say anything that I really didn't disagree with in terms of married people should be having sex with their spouse. You should not be withholding. And that sometimes married people are wanting to be single and single people are desiring marriage. I don't know what inspired her to give that advice. I would be interested in knowing. That would be interesting, because I would wonder what sparked it. Was it a friend? Was it an acquaintance? Was it something she saw online? Because I have been, seeing videos here and there about, women breaking up with their boyfriends that they're saying, they broke up with the good guy, or women divorcing their husbands saying they divorced the good man. He wasn't a bad man. He was a good man. So maybe it's that, I don't know. And she even said she had been single most of her 30s and half of her 20s, I believe she said. So I can see how she could be desiring companionship, because, being single can leave you having a strong desire for a companionship. But when you have companionship and, you have the challenges of companionship, it can have you desiring to, want some alone time, even wanting to be single. But anyways, that's where I stand on that. I'll make sure I put the video, the link in the descriptions. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If you're married, tap in, let us know, give some insight on what she's saying about, being married and desiring to be single. Maybe I'm missing something. If you're single and you get what she's saying, maybe you experience married men who are saying, hey, my wife's not having sex with me. If you have a story or something to share, put it in the comment section. Let us know what you think. All right, I'll catch y'all in the next video.